First of all, thank you all for staying up so late. And I think the whole day has been so inspiring that halfway through, I wanted to go home and start doing new ventures, new businesses, new ideas. And actually, it's a good time to reflect. As our previous speaker mentioned, reflection is a very important part of being an entrepreneur. And I think our moderator needs a 5-minute nap. You can take it now. You know, when you're a very skilled hiker, you actually can sleep with 5 minutes only and then be refreshed. It's an irony that I talk about relaxing and taking time off and chilling, because I think 10 years ago, I would never put these words with my name. And as it was said before, I usually coach on performance, on presentation, the speeches that were here about why women are perceived as they are and not maybe as competent as they really are. And this is usually what I do. Also, the previous speakers talked about lifestyles. We all have different businesses, and that requires different lifestyles. We are in different positions in our lives. Somebody has kids. Somebody is interested in self-growth. Sometimes we are studying. Sometimes we don't know what to do. And this is some of the things that I actually help my clients to figure out. And mostly they are business people who think that business and work is the most important thing. And when you're a woman trying to build a business, then, as it was said earlier as well, you try harder because you think you have to try harder. And because we are, in our nature, we want to be perfectionists. Who wants to be perfectionist or is? Brilliant, thank you. It's actually a sign of insanity, by the way. And I used to be that way, and I still am, but I'm on a rehab, kind of. So 110%. Who has told that I'm giving 110%? Who has heard somebody else say, like, yeah, I'm giving 110%? Well, this is nonsense, but back maybe 10 years, 15 years, I was that kind of person. And femininity, women, like, what's the difference? I was aggressive. I still can be. I was ambitious. I thought that everything I wanted, I have to get. I'm not the only child in my family, but still, I'm the youngest one. So I usually got everything I wanted. So when I became an entrepreneur, which was actually after I worked in public sector, I never really had to ask for money or think about money because I was mission-based. Everything I did was for the benefit of the society. I worked in Estonian National Museum, and I mean, we don't talk about money there. We talk about values, identities, how we make a world a better place. Sounds good? Well, then I decided that I didn't like the way everything went so slowly, and my opinion didn't matter, or I couldn't make the change quick enough. And having the activist personality, being a bit narcissistic. I can be honest about that now. I studied psychology. In psychology studies, you actually get all the diseases at some point. Until you graduate doctorate, I guess, but I haven't got there yet. So it was okay for me back in 2010 when I started to read and talk about personal branding. And honestly, I just read about those. And I figured I've always acted in a way that personal branding kind of suggests. So I got up to stage with men, internationally known branding specialists. Even back in school, when there was boys picked on girls, I was the one to go and start a fight with the boy. I didn't win usually, but it never stopped me because I didn't see the difference. I mean, if I had something I wanted or there was justice to be claimed, I wanted to go and get it. So I reached 110%, which is actually impossible. There is only 100% you can get, just like 24 hours a day for everyone. So I had a good life. I was working in an IT company, was a communication manager there. I got to live the startup life in a fast-growing company. That was my first kind of private business feel. And I had established my own company just a few months before, and it was a success story for me that I got to work with them just right after I established my company. And at the same time, I was doing voluntary work for conferences, and I was finishing my master's in communication. I had basically 2-3 full-time clients. And you can see where I'm going with this. A few years before this IT company, I started a blog, Life as a Holiday. And that was a sign I didn't notice. It was a sign that something had to be done. And in 2012, I felt strongly that it was time to make a change, because I became, I would say, an ugly person, angry all the time. I didn't have private life. I didn't have hobbies, because work is important, right? You have to give it all. And I heard this sentence, to do what you cannot not do. And for me, it was not to stay in Estonia, where I'm from, not to continue with any of the businesses. I did finish my master's, thank God for that. But I didn't want to continue as a volunteer anymore. I didn't really want to talk to my friends, because I thought I'd tired them up already with all my problems and issues and how nobody understands me. So somehow, there's a long story, you can ask me later, I figured Ibiza is the place to go. Yeah, well, it's not what you think. I did go to Ibiza. I thought I'll go there forever. I took my cats, I packed my bags, I sold some of my things, gave everything up, and this was a thing I thought I cannot not do. There was no plan. There was no idea what I'm going to do. I had enough money to survive for quite a long time, because I should have bought a flat. It was a reasonable thing to do, but instead I left it in Ibiza. They are very happy for that. So I went there. It was 2013, February, very cold. It wasn't hot at all. And for 9 months, I walked. Okay, not every day, but obsessively. A personal trainer there asked quite early on, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I can do? And what is it that I will do? And the answer for me was, I wanted to walk at that moment, just walk, to relax, kind of meditation. I could do marketing, because that was my skill, blogging, presenting, and I wanted to change something, at least in me or somebody else. So I started blogging about walking in Ibiza. Who has heard that? You party in Ibiza until you drop, and then you don't remember what you did there. So we started actually quite few companies and quite few guides, and I actually got clients after 6 months of working there. But most importantly, I got back myself. I finally realized I can relax, I can chill out, and I can be actually quite a nice person to be around. And all of a sudden, clients from Estonia started calling me up. Like, I need this thing, and I don't know quite if you do it, but I need this coaching because I have a business, but it's kind of stuck, and I don't know what to do. And I need marketing, and I have these things and that things. And I started coaching over Skype. And what happened was that the first clients that came, they boosted my confidence, thanks to reminding me what I was good at. It was listening to people and telling them that they are good at something they don't even see. that they have skills, they have drive, and it's just the structure they need sometimes. And I was good at that. And all of a sudden, I got tired of doing nothing in Ibiza. I packed my bag, I took my cat, and I went back to Estonia. Everybody thought I was crazy. Why do you want to leave a sunny country? It's hot there. When it's not February, of course. So if I got back, I decided that I can't go back to the life I used to have, because if you do what you've always done and you can finish the sentence, you get what you've always got. So I created my own rule. I like rules. It was